Here's something most people don't know about No Surprises. It was the first song recorded for OK Computer, and the version you've heard thousands of times, that's the first take, one attempt. Radiohead, a band that would spend years obsessing over the details of a single track, recorded this song once and never touched it again. Tom York said they tried endless versions afterward, and every single one of them was, in his words, just a cover of the first version. So they gave up and went back to the original. That decision tells you everything about what makes this song work, because when you actually look at what's in it, it shouldn't be this good. The chord progression is F, D minor, G minor, C, back to F. The 1, the 6, the 2, the 5, the 1. That is one of the most basic chord progressions in Western music. It's the kind of thing you learn in your first month of theory. Radiohead, the band that wrote Karma Police and Exit Music, chose the most resolved, most predictable harmonic movement they could find and just used it straight. And then they handed the lead melody to a glockenspiel. Johnny plays it. Ed O'Brien doubles it on guitar with a capo on the 15th fret, which pushes the sound into this thin, fragile register that your brain immediately reads as childlike. York said he wanted the song to sound like new double glass, hope-giving, clean, and safe. Colin called it their stadium-friendly song. The idea was to follow the chaos of climbing up the walls and then comfort the listener with something that felt like a lullaby. And instrumentally, that's exactly what it is. One of the simplest chord progressions they ever wrote, played on a children's toy in a single, careful take. Now, here's the question. If everything about this song is so simple and so deliberate and so resolved, why does it feel the way it does when you actually sit with it? The answer is one note. One single note in the opening riff that doesn't belong there. In F major, your 6th scale degree is a natural D. Somewhere in that glockenspiel figure, Radiohead flattened it to D flat. D flat has no business being in this key. It's the only chromatic note in the entire song, and it lasts for just a moment before the progression moves on like nothing happened. Johnny brings it back later on the synthesizer. Both times, it appears and disappears quietly, and the music just continues. Think about what that note is doing. The whole song is built to feel safe. The progression always comes home. The glockenspiel keeps pulling your ear back to F major, and then this one note sits there slightly wrong for a second and vanishes. Most listeners never consciously hear it as wrong, but they feel it. Something is slightly off and they can't place it, and the music moves on before they can figure out what it was. Which is exactly how the lyrics work. Such a pretty house, such a pretty garden, everything is fine, a handshake of carbon monoxide. And then the melody moves on. There's one more thing worth paying attention to, and it's the structure. No Surprises doesn't repeat its sections the same way twice. The first verse runs for over 10 bars. By the end of the song, the verses are cut down to 4. The sections get shorter and shorter as the song progresses. The dynamics shift, instruments drop out, and after the second chorus, the song moves through a brief bridge, C to B flat minor, G minor 7, B flat minor, the one moment where the harmony actually gets dark before F major comes back for the last time. The song is quietly running out of time as it plays, and it does it so carefully that most people never notice. That's the thing about that first take. It wasn't accidental that it was the best version. A song this precise, this controlled, this deliberate about every single detail, it needed to sound careful. Johnny said so himself. Any version with more effort in it would have missed the point entirely. The song is about a man performing contentment so thoroughly that even he can't tell anymore whether he believes it. Of course, the only version that worked was the one that sounded like they weren't trying.